Advice or drills for boxers going to karate. You're going to have to get used to hitting things without gloves and wraps on. All right, boxers are very used to wrapping their hands and putting gloves on every time they hit bags, every time they hit focus mitts, every time they spar. Karate practitioners are much more likely to put on gloves, but small gloves for sparring, and not use them for pad work, not use them for bag work. We also use a tool called a makiwara, which is a striking post. That's not what it translates to, but that's essentially what it is. Those are supposed to be like a spring that you're hitting, a wooden spring. Most people build them wrong and they're too stiff and they're bad for you. But if it's springy, if it's appropriately springy, right, it's very beneficial. But all these things we do without gloves and wraps on. You have to learn how to align your punch correctly to not get hurt. That's much less important when you got gloves and wraps on. You can hit full power without any real care for the alignment of your strike if you're doing that. So that's a big adjustment. I recommend, just for something easy to introduce it, put your two large knuckles on the wall and lean on it. And when you do that, don't let your hand squish flat against the wall. Don't let your wrist buckle. Make it stay just those two knuckles. And do push-ups like that as well. That'll help a lot with the open hand or the strikes. I agree that for that reason I never use wraps. Hey, that helps, but the gloves do still make a difference because you can't really feel your point of impact as well. So still something I would recommend doing, those two exercises. The other thing is get ready for grabbing and get accustomed to grabbing. If you're in a very modern karate school, you may be taught that your hands stay closed, right? When you're doing all your techniques, your hands stay closed. That is a very modern approach to karate. Classically, it was taught with something called re-gripping. Right? So you grab something, you pull it while you punch them, then you let go so you can punch them with the other hand. You open the fist that punched them so you can grab something else. Right? There's a lot of open and close of the hands when you're working your basics by yourself. And then when you do them on a partner, you should be doing a lot of grabbing of your partner. Lots of grabbing and hitting, grabbing and doing joint locks, grabbing and doing takedowns.